Thank you guys for joining us here on our show. Today we're going to be talking about the fights that occurred this past weekend on the Zone. Of course, the main event was Wood versus Lara. That was a banger of a fight. What do you think about that fight, Mirna?
I mean, Nottingham, England was popping.
Yeah.
The whole fight was crazy from the beginning all the way to the end. The whole undercard was stacked with so many key upcoming fighters out of England.
Yeah.
They did a really good job advertising. We even had a crazy upset in the beginning of the fight with Reese coming in with that win against Jafari, who is from a prominent family, I believe, a boxing family.
And he's a great boxer.
Yes.
But he didn't do that in this last fight. I mean, I don't know why he was trying to go in there and fight.
He got into a brawl.
Yeah, he did. And, I mean, he got owned. I mean, Diego whooped him. And whooped him bad.
Yes, Diego fighting out of Argentina. He came in and basically boxed his ears off.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, he was kind of able to get in there and get in there with Jafai.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Jafai had the chin to be able to compete with that type of power.
Yeah, Reese was throwing with both hands, and he had power in both hands, and Jafar just couldn't keep up with him. He got rocked. He got dropped multiple times.
He got dropped twice, I think, or three times.
3 times. I think the first one was in the second, and then a third, and then again in the 10th.
And I thought, okay, maybe because there were rounds where he would come in and do a little better. In his corner, I kind of want to go back and rewatch some of what his corners were telling him, like where they calming him down. That's a lot of the times when unexperienced fighters.
Yeah.
That's why having a good corner is so important. Are they gonna take you to that edge where you're not gonna be able to know what to do, or are they gonna be able to bring you back and say, no, like you're gonna win this fight, calm down, like let's get through this round?
Well, to me, like he never changed his game plan. I think from the beginning he was trying to get him out of there. He kept on walking him down and trying to throw his shots at, throw his combinations with him. And that didn't work to his favor. He didn't use his jab. He didn't utilize his boxing skills. He's a great boxer, he's dominated before boxing. I don't know why he's trying to knock.
And he's a big guy too, right? Like he's got that size that he could probably leverage.
Decent. He hits hard, but I mean, he's not going to be getting guys out of there in his weight class. He's more of a boxer.
Yeah, that definitely, we did not see that coming. I was excited. I was looking forward to seeing him fight. But one undercard that did not disappoint was Cooley.
Yeah.
Fighting out of England. Yeah. I'm sorry, he's actually Irish, yes. And guess what I'm thinking? This guy's going to get put on the undercard of Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
Watch.
I mean, he's 15-0 with 9 knockouts. I mean,
he's 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2" at 135. There's not many guys, if not, I don't know, Brian's only 5'10",
no,
right?
I mean, this is like going to be like Fundora at the 154 weight class.
I mean, he's lanky, tall, but he does have power, though. So he does have power, but he does have the boxing skills because of his range. So it's interesting.
He's also a southpaw. That was another thing that was
he's
interesting.
A southpaw too.
I think a fight with him versus Ryan Garcia in the future could be something that could happen.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to have England versus USA, Mexico. Yeah. The Irish crowd will support him if he continues to do good, and I think his fans will come out.
Yeah, I mean, he
especially if they put him on that undercard of Katie Taylor, like I said.
He knocked out his opponent with a vicious left hook, and it was nasty. So he does have power, and he is a big dude with a long range. It would be interesting to see him versus Shakur. Shakur is great boxing.
Just because of his size, right? Do you think that maybe he'll stay at the 135 division for a while, or do you think that he's gonna move up? The belts are pretty tied up in the 135. Yeah. I see it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Once Haney beats Lomachenko, is he going to drop all the belts, and are they going to just spread all the belts out?
Yeah.
And let everyone get a belt. You know what I'm saying? You get a belt, you get a belt.
And then, like, we have supposedly the announcement of Tank versus Ryan Garcia.
Oh,
like, is it real?
You're right.
Like,
I mean,
who do you believe at this point?
I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope it happens. I know they're trying to make it before Tank's court date, so...
Well, no, he already had his court date. It's more, he's going to get his actual...
Reign.
No, his actual sentence. Sentencing. So from here into May 5th or May 10th, I think it's somewhere around then, he is still a free man. Or we don't know if he is gonna continue to be a free man after that sentencing. But I think April 15th is too soon. I think they're gonna scoot it a little bit out later towards the year. I'm thinking more maybe even April 22nd, I see it happening. April 29th is Virgil Ortiz versus Stanonis, which will not be pay-per-view. We already do have Zach Parker versus what is it? Joey Park. Yeah, what's his nickname? I'm sorry.
Joe Joyce.
Yes, Joe. But what? Say it again.
Juggernaut.
Yeah. I love it. He also has crazy walkout costumes. I think him versus Jared Anderson, of course, will be a great fight in the future. But I'm excited that he's getting that fight as a main event. Joe Joyce. They of course announced Michaela Mayer, and guess who Michaela Mayer's opponent is? Again, she's going back to England.
Yeah.
The only girl that has beaten Alicia Baumgart.
Yeah.
This is all part of the saga.
Yeah.
The whole
but I'm honestly very excited to see Michaela Mayer at 135.
Same.
I mean, she's a tall, rangy girl, big girl. So I assume it was really hard for her to make 130.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see her at 135 to be able to put on some more muscle, and I think she's gonna be able to bring some more power. So I'm curious to see her at 135.
That's turning out to be a great card. April 15th.
Like her versus Katie Taylor at 135. That would be a banger of a fight. I mean, Katie Taylor right now has been she hasn't been utilizing her boxing skills as much. She's been kind of getting in there with
she's
fights
been getting into brawls, maybe to give us the
first 5 rounds,
yeah.
and then what happened? She started going bang and bang, and then she almost lost the fight. Almost got knocked out. If there were a three round minute fight, she would have got knocked out for sure.
And you know who else? I mean, we're gonna get that rematch, right? Ireland. Again, we go back to Cooley. I'm hoping that he gets to be on that undercard. I think it will happen.
Yeah.
Dude, Savannah Marshall wants that smoke again from Clarissa Shields.
Yeah.
She's calling her out on Twitter.
I don't know why.
And basically agreed. And basically wants Clarissa to go back to England and win another majority decision, basically win every round. Do you want that, Savannah?
Yeah, honestly, I think Clarissa Shields will knock her out this time around.
I might have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that...
I think she'll just do it just to send a statement, just to get her to shut the hell up, That's the only way you're going to shut them up, knock them up.
Yeah.
They won't want their rematch clause once you knock them out.
And we go to the main event. Will there be a rematch in the main event that we just saw, Wood versus Lara?
I don't know. I mean,
we're gonna get it.
After the fight, it seems like he's getting Josh Warrington because he spit in his face. So I don't know. They were going at it. So I don't know why Josh Warrington wants that smoke, but apparently he wants a trilogy fight. So I don't know if they're gonna let Wood rest, try to maybe catch his breath, maybe give him a
He might not even be able to legally fight because of the fact that he got rocked.
When he got up, his legs were he looked like a baby deer. You know what I'm saying? Trying to walk. So
there was no way he was gonna make it towards the remaining 20 seconds that they had of the round.
I'm glad they threw in the towel. They saved him.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it would have been brutal. He would have been, taken out in a stretcher.
In your opinion, Josh, should the fight been stopped?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Do you agree with the corners?
100%. There was no way he could even. He didn't know where he was at. He couldn't stand. He would have Lara would have just bull rushed him and killed him and got him out of there.
He would have.
His head could have hit the pavement. Could have gone on the ring. Fell on the ring. Anything could have happened. It was. He didn't know where he was at. I'm glad they stopped it.
And again, there was still 20 seconds left.
He already caused damage, and he would have just caused more severe damage.
He had also already been bleeding for 7 rounds.
Yeah. he got cut in the first round.
Correct.
With a headbutt. And he kept on bleeding. In the second round, he couldn't see crap, and Lara took it to him.
Yes.
He went at him, and I think that second round, Lara landed a lot of devastating shots to where throughout the rounds,
it was cumulative.
With that left. Yes. What's his name kept on leaving that side open.
Wood.
Wood for that counter. So I don't know. I think Lara was setting him up, but I mean, Lara does have power in both hands. He got him with a left hook. He's an orthodox fighter, so he's a right hand fighter. So he was able to knock him out with just a left hook. And it seemed like, and that came with power, but it seemed more it was like a left check. Like he didn't even really seem like he meant to throw it, but it landed and knocked him out viciously.
I think that, there's so much we still need to see from Mauricio Lara.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about 126?
He's 24 years old.
What do you think about the 126 division now that he just became the WBA champion? Just got it from Wood. What do you think now? Like, I mean, you have.
I'm thinking that we gotta wait for April 1st, baby. Like, and we gotta see how Robenzi Ramirez is gonna do against Alpo.
And what do you think about Valdez? Is he coming back, or what do you think?
Valdez is fighting at the 130.
You think so?
Yes, he's never going back to.
I mean, Vegas, right?
Navarrete?
No.
Ray Vargas. Okay,
damn.
So no, it's okay. So yeah, Ray Vargas. I think Ray Vargas is gonna take some time off after the performance that he had against Oshaki Foster.
Yeah, but he still has a belt, so
I agree, but
or are they gonna give him some time?
No, they're gonna let Brandon Figueroa versus Mark Masago pay out.
I mean,
that's happening.
WBC will let him retain that belt for a little bit.
Basically, they're fighting March 4th. Yeah. This is already in 2 weeks. The 126 is gonna shape a lot in the following month, just because we're gonna have two brand new a brand new champion, which is gonna be Robenzi Ramirez versus Isaac, the winner of that.
I mean, Ramirez is gonna win that fight. I mean, yes. he's a great lefty. He's a great southpaw. He can box, but he does have severe power with that left hand. But he's very aggressive though. He's very aggressive and he likes to come at you. He likes to get into fist fights too.
Robenzi?
Yeah, he doesn't always like to just utilize his boxing skills. He likes to bang in there.
He's got the dog. And guess who? They both got the dog.
So I mean, I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with at 126. I do see him being able to get Lara. I don't know if he'll get him out of there, but I do see him winning. It would probably be a unanimous decision because he's that great of a boxer. I mean, he wins. He's gonna win every round against Lara. Lara's only hope is to catch him and then to be able to keep going out. But it's more like, is Robenzi gonna be able to come forward and be aggressive and be the boxer that he's used to being? I mean, because
I think he's got a chin.
Yeah, I agree.
At this point, I'm kind of 50-50 on Robenzi Ramirez, but there's so many other fights to be made there.
At this point, the only thing that he just hasn't fought a big name in his professional career. He has the likes. Yeah, he does have the likes of beating Shakur Stevenson in the Olympics.
He's also a 2-time gold Olympian gold winner.
But right now, like, he's not fighting Shakur. He hasn't fought any champions like Shakur Stevenson has, and he's not at the 135 division, 130 division. He's at 126, so he hasn't been tested. His chin hasn't been tested
not in the professional world. He still hasn't been tested. So, I will have to agree with that.
So I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna dominate this fight. I think he's gonna send a statement. But against Lara, against a hard punching Mexican,
that would be a closer fight.
I don't think Lara's gonna get knocked out. I think he has a chin like Isaac Cruz. So it's an interesting fight to see. I think, like, is Robenzi knowing that? Is he going to go into the fight trying to outbox him? Or is he going to try to go send a statement and try to get him out of there? Is he going to turn it into a fist fight?
Basically, Robenzi Ramirez has what, unfortunately, Lara doesn't have yet, which he's currently in the process of getting, and that's experience.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, on the opposite side, Robenzi doesn't have the youth on his side anymore the way Lara does.
Yeah, exactly.
They both have their own teams where they're not really training, I don't believe, with anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't think that Lara comes from a big gym. I need to do more research on that. And I know Robenzi Ramirez does train with like Salas and a few other big trainers.
Yeah.
But I think his main trainer is his father, right? So I like that, right? You're kind of seeing their own little spices being thrown into that, right? So I think this will be a super competitive fight, and I don't think it would happen unless they both want to become undisputed. Exactly. I think that's the only way that fight happens. I see Robenzi Ramirez getting, I see Robenzi Ramirez getting the winner of Lopez versus, Venado Lopez against He's fighting Conlan in England.
Yeah.
Sometime they just got announced, I think yesterday or today.
Yeah.
So they also fight, I think, on Top Rank. So I see them unifying, being able to give the IBF and the WBO together to via Top Rank.
Yeah.
So at that point, if Mauricio Lara, we don't know if Mauricio Lara wants to stay there.
But to me, Robenzi, how long can he even stay at 126? I don't know if he can stay there.
I think he can stay there longer than you think.
I think that's why they're going to give him a title shot already. But I don't know if he can stay there that long. Why can't they make that fight here in the United States, him versus Lara? That would be a banger of a fight. They can have that in New York or in Vegas or in California. It would sell anywhere.
I
or
think
even in Texas. Yeah. I mean, you could sell it in Texas too.
I mean, the best thing about this is that you have multiple Mexico versus Mexico fights that I think would sell out in a lot of like places like Arizona, for example. Maybe somewhere like California, like you said, would also sell out. New York, maybe not so much. Maybe with Robenzi, yes, because he's Cuban.
San Antonio.
But yes, San Antonio, because Lara, for example, Lara's also. Let's talk about Devin. Let's talk about how Mauricio Lara is signed with Eddie Hearns.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearns loves making fights in San Antonio, Texas.
Exactly.
So that's one possible place where the fight could be.
Yeah.
He's now starting to work over there in New York, maybe with Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
So, yes,
I mean,
Mauricio Lara is going to be a sellout, dude, in America.
Yeah.
Do you think Wood comes to America for this fight?
I think he would. For the rematch? Yeah.
I think he should.
Yeah. I think he should, and I think he would. I think he's a warrior. I think he's very competitive. He was competitive the whole fight. He was winning that fight until he got caught with that left hook. But it was more, Lara was landing devastating shots throughout the fight, throughout the rounds. Maybe he wasn't winning every round because he wasn't throwing many punches. He was just
He had already felt his power. He said it during the interview.
Yeah.
I already felt his power. At that point, I knew what I was going to be able to take.
But, I mean, you got to give it to Wood. He did everything he could just to survive for as long as he did. But I think eventually, what happened was going to happen.
Of course. And moving on, another amazing fight, also main event, and that was Neri versus how do you pronounce his name? You practice it.
Azat?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but his last name.
Oh, Azat,
Habanesian.
No, I would have to see it.
Habanesian, yeah.
Let me see.
That went down in California. It was a good event. That was the main event. They were fighting. They were not fighting for a belt. I think it was more like a top contender spot that they were trying to get. Neri first losses came to Brandon Figueroa, right? We know that Brandon Figueroa has now moved up to 126 division. Yeah. He's no longer in the 122. Neri was able to get his opponent out of there in the 7th round. I'm sorry, in the 11th round. Yeah. He knocked him down a few times.
The ref just stopped it.
Yeah. It was a good. People are calling it Fight of the Year candidate already.
Yeah, I mean, they were going at it.
The 5th round, remember how crazy the 5th round was?
They were going at it. It was insane. And Azat was coming back. I mean, after the 5th round, I mean, I think, or after the 6th round, I think Neri was gassed, and I think Azat just started coming at him. And they just started banging, but it was a great fight till they stopped at the 11th, and he just couldn't go. His face was so beat up.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But I mean, it was insane. He still fought. It's more like they couldn't get him out of there, and they had to stop it to get him out of there. Yeah. He wasn't gonna stop, so it was a great fight. But Neri's a great fighter. I think he's a little banger.
He called out the Japanese monster.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you're calling out anyway.
Are you sure you want to call out the Mexican, the Japanese monster?
I like what he's doing. I like calling out anyway. I mean, if anyone that wants to fight anyway, I give you props. Cause I mean, I can't wait for anyway versus Fulton. I can't wait. I don't know if the fight's
Fight of the Year candidate, possibly.
I don't know if it's officially signed, but I know there talks about it. They're almost finalizing it. But I mean, if Fulton fights him, I mean, it's gonna be a great fight. I mean, can Anyway's power carry to 122 from 118? I mean, he started off fighting at 108, so I mean, he started off fighting. He's been a small guy. So I mean, Fulton's a more natural 120, not even a natural 122. He should be probably going up soon to 126, and probably eventually finishing his career at 130.
Who you know?
Fulton.
Yeah, I do see Fulton.
I think he's bigger than
135.
The thing with Inoue is that he's lanky, and I mean,
he knows how to use that.
Yeah,
he knows how to use it pretty much.
Yeah, and
like Terrence Crawford.
But he does have power. Yeah, he is kind of like, but yeah, he has so many different levels. I think he might even be a better boxer than Terrence Crawford, because I think he might just have that dog.
I'm saying like he's got so many different things about him. Like he's got so many tools. I'm sorry, too many tools.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how I feel about it.
And at the end of the day, he's still gonna get you out of there no matter what. I think. I think he's gonna get Fulton out of there.
Neri needs to. I would like Neri to maybe go up to 126 and see Brandon up there for a rematch. That would be cool, right? I mean, can that happen? I don't know. I think he signed with Golden Boy. Not sure. Neri. Yes, I would like Neri to fight MJ, which is the person that has the other 2 belts that Stephen Fulton didn't get, right? At the 126. I would like for him to fight MJ.
Yeah.
That could happen. It could be a DAZN fight.
If Ramirez gets the belt, why can't he fight Ramirez? That'd be a good fight.
Because Ramirez is at 126.
I thought you said if he goes up to 126.
Well, he would only go up to 126 for that Brandon rematch because Brandon got him.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you know how it is.
Like, is Brandon gonna even win this fight?
Well, we don't know. Brandon's gonna be fighting March 4th against Mark Masago. They're fighting, I believe, in California, March 4th. I think it's gonna be a great match.
This is a 50-50
even the
fight.
undercard. I think they already kind of.
I do give the edge to Brandon, but I mean Brandon needs to show up and be ready for this fight. Like it's gonna be a banger of a fight. I do see Brandon maybe being able to drop him, but it's going to be a close fight. It might be, I don't know. Masago hits hard too, so it's going to be
it's a good fight. I think it will be a good fight. And then, of course, that event, the co-main event was Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
He looked good. Went the 12 rounds. He won a unanimous decision. I think that they're saying that the father is now starting to work with him again, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him again fight. I think he just needs to keep building up his record. He's doing good. Don't move him too fast, and he'll continue to win. You know, so
agreed.
He's in a hard weight class, 168. That's
I mean that's a big
scary.
Big dogs are there. The big dogs.
And the bigger dogs are even higher than that. But then there's also dogs below.
Oh,
I mean, we don't know if there are dogs.
So what do you think about Caleb Plant getting the website at wbenavides.com? I can't wait for the press conferences to start. I can't wait for. Oh my God!
It's just like they stay trolling, but at the end of the day, Caleb Plant can't stop talking about David Benavides.
Exactly.
So how about you go? How much training are you really doing, or is someone doing these posts for you? That's what I want to know.
So is David Benavides saying, do you have to use my name to sell your own merchandise right now?
I mean, in a way, like, are you redirecting me there?
By using me? I mean, I don't know. He did fight Canelo. I mean, we were there for that fight. We did see him get knocked out in the 11th round, which we didn't want to see. But he did do great up into that till he got dropped. So I'm curious to see him versus David Benavides.